Hello, friends. Welcome to the Epic Alchemy podcast. I'm your host, Jill Davenport, and this is episode 5. Today, I want to talk to you about moving through resistance and moving through outside circumstance resistance and inside circumstance resistance and how we do that. And I think the overarching theme for that, at least in the Western culture, but I think in a lot of cultures now, because it's everywhere, is to just push through. And I found that this is not the best way, for sure. So I am hosting a workshop coming up, and I will post the link below because you might be watching this later, and I'm going to try to make it where you can watch the replay if you are watching this or listening to this podcast a long time from now. And I'll get the dates on the link as well if it's coming up soon. It is now August of 2025. We are in the year 2025. What a wild and crazy year this is. I mean, I don't know what the future years are going to look like, but this one is definitely a very challenging year for a lot of people. Outside circumstances, like the bigger world picture, and then a lot of people are going through really intense life things like their personal life. And it's just I don't know what's going on cosmically or what. I mean, I know the outside circumstances may be cosmic or not, but anyway, there's just a lot going on. And so this workshop is a mid-year reset. I know it's August and it's not quite the middle of the year, but I just know that a lot of people have set out to do things at the beginning of the year and then it doesn't get done. And that happens every year. But this year is particularly challenging. And so this workshop is about resetting, getting grounded, getting centered, and setting up with an intention for the rest of the year. And it may be a different intention than you had at the beginning of the year. It's maybe it's the same, but either way, getting grounded, getting centered is the way, is what we need right now. So I hope you come to it. And now I want to talk about when we have things that we're wanting to do or things that we need to do, and the resistance comes up. And we've been taught through school, through society, that you just push through, you muscle through, and you get through it. And for some of us, that works. And for some of us, that does not work. And there's like a balance of it too. I'm definitely the type of person who would wait till the night before to do my papers in school, uh, right before the deadline, because I would need that pressure, or I thought I needed that pressure. And I would stay up all night and do it, and I'd get it done. And it's like, oh, why can't I do this? Why can't I do this before? But I needed that pressure, I thought. And the same goes for other things. So we feel like we need the pressure, but what if the pressure is actually creating resistance? And relieving that pressure can actually make it easier and can make it better and free up creativity and free up your brain to think of better solutions, to think of better things to do and ways to do it. I have found that to be true, that the most clarity, the most productivity, the most ease and flow and joy in what I'm doing, because oftentimes the things that we're feeling resistance to are things that we actually want to do. Like we want to have the outcome or we want to complete the project. And then we have so much resistance that comes up in the form of perfectionism, in the form of getting distracted, in the form of uh, doubt and insecurity that comes up, like, oh, and which is kind of tied in with perfectionism too. And by letting that go and getting in more and the last thing that I usually wanna do when I'm feeling like I need to get this thing done is to, like, take a moment and take a breath and get grounded. It's like I'm fighting that too, like, I'm resisting letting go of feeling the resistance. Um, but that's the thing that makes everything open up. So that's what we're doing in the workshop. We're gonna do some things like that. I'm gonna share my favorite grounding one of my favorite grounding tools that works very quickly, very effectively, and you can do it anywhere. And, yeah, I'm really excited to bring this to a time that I think we could really use it. And yeah, so if you think that you have a lot of resistance and that you are a hopeless case of resistance and procrastination and perfectionism, I I'd be willing to bet that I have you beat. I have I have intense resistance to things, like, I don't like to practice. I'm an improviser. I was a did improv comedy for many years. I really enjoy that because I never had to, learn lines for anything. I was an actor for many years, and I had so much resistance to learning my lines, to getting into the script, and there were so many things that came up around that. It's like the perfectionism, I think, was keeping me from even looking at the script until the last minute, like, "Oh, now I really have to do it," and made me push past the resistance and the perfectionism and everything and learn the lines, and I was probably do it way better if I woulda learned the lines earlier. So but I was like, "Okay, this is the bare minimum," and it's like I don't have to account for, or I don't have to be accountable for it not being as good as I want it to be because I just did it, like, last minute. So there's another, way to hide behind that waiting to the last minute because it's like, "Okay, well, I did it last minute, so this is, as good as I could do last minute," you know? So, the good thing about that is that I have so many tools now to move through resistance, to get over resistance that I have come up with, that I have found, that I have learned from other people along the way, that I'm really good at helping people through resistance and making it fun and easy and actually like enjoyable. And what we're going to talk about in the workshop also is going from discipline, which I've always been discipline averse. I do have discipline, but I always think of discipline as very strict and very like, okay, you have to do this, and it's like somebody that I never identified with. But instead of discipline, what about desire? What about delight? What about finding the way to what you want to do to get to getting through doing what you want to do and doing the work to do it from a place of delight? What about that? I love helping people find delight instead of discipline because the delight is going to move you forward. You're going to be excited to do it, not just to get to the other side of it, but to actually do the thing that you're resisting. What if that? What if that's possible? It is. It is possible. Spoiler alert. So, yeah, I really hope you come to this workshop. This is what I want to share with you today, and just put that in your mind. Like, how can you find delight in what you're looking for discipline in? How can you make it a treat? Okay, that's what I got for you today, and I will be back next week. And see you then. Okay.